Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mandar Sanke, and today we're gonna talk about AWS, and we're gonna host Node Express server on AWS Lambda in this video. So AWS knowledge is great for any software developer in this competitive market. And in later in this video, I am gonna talk about advantages of learning AWS. But first, let's get started with the actual deployment. So as you can see, I am on the AWS console for Lambda, like its dashboard. So I'm gonna create a function now, author from scratch. Like I have already express code in zip format. So let's say test function, hello world function. And node version, I'm gonna keep it as 20 because that's the version of my actual code, and create function. So it will start creating the function now. So our hello world function has been created. Now we need to either, like, we can write the code or we can upload the code as a zip format. I already have created code, so I'm gonna just upload the code in zip format. Back, let's see. So don't forget, if you have node modules, don't delete the node modules folder. You have to upload the node modules folder as well. So this is our code. So if in case you are not seeing this code, just refresh the page. It will get loaded. Don't worry. So like first thing, we have to make sure that we need a serverless HTTP node package for AWS Lambda, and like in this way, like server.js, you don't need to like your port to listen to anything. App, like just comment out the app.listen and just export the the function so that you can use it here for serverless HTTP. And another thing, like if you are using .env files like me, like this, you need to like enter your environment variables as well. So another thing we have to look for, by default, AWS Lambda looks for index.js file or the index.mjs file. So in this case, I don't have index.js, I have server.js. So I need to change that here, the handler. So you need to edit it and just say server.handler. So it will look for server. Actually, not even server, we are looking for Lambda. Okay, because like our server just exporting the app and Lambda is the one who is catching in the serverless HTTP node module. So yeah, that's it. So now comes the most important part, that's setting up the API gateway for the routes we have defined in the server.js. That's hello and GraphQL. So you can configure from here or from here. So I'm gonna duplicate this tab because we gonna need one more tab for like to monitor the code changes if we have to make. So let's add trigger. Source is API gateway, create new API, and in this we're gonna test out the HTTP API. Let's open, and deployment stage I'm gonna define as dev, course enable, and add. So this is not done actually because we have to set up the routes for hello and GraphQL as well. So let's do that now. Okay, so routes, go to routes, to create hello, create, go to tap on any, and we have to attach the integration. That's our like Lambda function in which our code is in, like server.js and all files. So we have to get one more, we have to create one more for GraphQL. GraphQL. Yeah, again we have to attach the integration. And after doing that, just see if we have to deploy it. By default, yeah, it is auto deployed, but just you have to check that as well. So now I think it's deployed. So there is one more thing, actually very important thing. I have later found out the ChatGPT was giving me misguiding me actually. So if you notice in the like the API gateway link, okay, let it load. Yeah. So just monitor the like what the URL says. It's a base URL slash dev. That's our stage dash our actual root name. Same for all these files. So in this code we have to define the stage as well. And ChatGPT was giving me like saying like you don't have to set the stage name in this code, but that's not true. We have to set it. Yeah. Now let's deploy the changes again. It is finished deploying. Now next part is we have to test the roots. So now it is like almost done. We just have to check if it is deployed or not. So just go to hello. It should yeah. It is giving a hello world because in this code we have this responder saying hello world. Let's just check for GraphQL as well. It should show yeah. It is like loading the Apollo server. There is one more thing to look for. For AWS Lambda, the only like disadvantage is for any request you make, like post request or get, there is a 30-second timeout limit. 30 seconds is like generally is like sufficient, but if you are using some large language model which is having a huge data set, it will give you problems. So you have to like monitor that as well. So another thing, you can set up cores from here as well. You have to like if you are sending like setting up the front end from the different server, uh, you have to set up your core setting here. Another thing, if you have to see the logs, there is a CloudWatch function as well. So in CloudWatch, you can monitor the logs. So let's just see the logs, the log groups. Yeah, as you can see, you can monitor the log. So if there is any error, then yeah. So as you can see, there is an error for MongoDB. It's not an error, it's a warning that new URL parcel is like decrypted option, deprecated option. You don't know need to use it. So yeah, so as you can see, you can monitor your like any issues if you are facing. So now I'm gonna explain you the two types of errors, common errors we get for beginners in AWS Lambda. First is like if you forgot to set up your stage name, like ChatGPT was suggesting to remove the stage name. If you do that, you will get this type of error, cannot get request because it is expecting the stage name as well. So you need to mention it. Another thing. So now I'm gonna quickly explain you the advantages of AWS, learning AWS for beginners. So first, it is a industry standards. Almost everyone uses it. Like even Netflix use it for recommendation system and storage needs. Second is it's pay as you go top model. And first 1 million requests per month every month are free. 1 million requests. So if you are starting out your development journey and if you are building your personal projects, you are not gonna reach that 1 million mark. So feel free to use AWS services. You won't get charges, it's very less likely. Third thing, in case if you are getting so many requests, if you are getting so many customers, it is easy to scale in AWS. Fourth, there is synergy with other AWS services. So AWS is a huge topic. it provides so many services. So if you are using AWS, you get a better synergy with other AWS services like DynamoDB, ML services, AWS storage and all. So there are so many EC3 and all. Another thing is like AWS works seamlessly with DevOps, uh, and it also have a huge community and resources. So if you are feeling stuck somewhere, there are many resources that you can find out. And last and most important thing, you will get hands-on experience, hands-on learning opportunities if you like start developing your applications on AWS. So by starting your AWS early in your development journey, you will get practical real world experiences that prepares you for like building scalable reliable applications. It helps you in your job hunting process as well. Learning how to host and scale your Node Express server on AWS is a great learn starting project. We will understand not only the basics of API and server deployment, their development, but also like modern cloud deployment and management practices. Just we saw now, like cores, API gateways, and all. It is very secure, and this foundation will make you more versatile developer and open doors to a wide range of career paths in tricks. There is another Azure as well. I would recommend you to learn that as well. So at least try to build your projects on Azure and AWS. I will recommend AWS because I found it better. Like AWS offers so many services as compared to Azure. So you need to learn that. So that's it, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you.